The new Quickplay feature is amazing. Let me tell you why. But before, a quick shout out to all my dear supporters that help me keep the lights on. Thanks a lot for supporting me. And now, let's jump straight in, grab a cup of tea and enjoy this podcast style video. Let's start by explaining why I think this feature is so amazing. So if you don't know, we got with the fractal incursion events, we get now Quickplay for tier 1 fractals. What does that mean? You can go to this banner or you can interact in the LFG with this button here and get matchmade with some other random people. And you will get into fractal, which are tier 1 scale, but also level 1, so the lowest possible level. And all of them are downscaled, so there are currently 10 possibilities. And those 10 fractals will be downscaled to level 1 and will have very easy mechanics, so they have no fail state, so to say. This is very specific, very important, because it is incentivized, this event, to be aimed at people that are new, that are not necessarily have done fractals like the last 10 years. They are somewhat new to fractals, maybe even instance content, and they want to get it done and get some loot for it and hopefully find it interesting enough to come back even at a higher scale as well. This is the idea here. And this Quickplay feature is amazing for that, because I started playing shortly after the patch dropped. Yes, of course, there is a lot of interest there, but even after that, after a few hours, I clicked this banner button and I was in a group in seconds. It's really fast. So there is a lot of demand for a feature like that. And I personally think that's amazing. And yes, the group is filled of random people. There could be some really experienced people. There could be some completely new people. I had everything. And it doesn't matter. Because the fractals are so easy, there's no fail state, that it doesn't matter. But why is that? Why is there no fail state? Because you have all of them are scaled down to level 1, but that's not the only thing. So they have less health and stuff like that. But they also have mechanics typically that you can not solve as a single player, but the Mist Ranger, which is an NPC, will spawn and, so to say, help you with those mechanics, even if there's only one player doing them. So you can easily get through this fractal, and there is no fail state because the Mist Ranger also revives you all the time. So it's really like you handhold to play through this fractal and get it done. This is, so to say, your first impression of fractals, and if you like this content, even if it's very easy, you like it, you might go into normal tier 1s, maybe tier 2s after that, and slowly increase your progress through this instant PvE content. This is the idea. And I think that does an amazing job. I think it has some issues, don't get me wrong. I personally think, for example, if a player leaves out of this specific group after joining it via the Quickplay feature, they should get punished for leaving early. And therefore, they should maybe get less rewards or maybe even no rewards in the next Quickplay fractal that they do. So that they are, so to say, incentivized to stick around, because it's only 5 minutes, one of the fractals. So it's not too bad to play them because they're quite fast, even with a bad group or a new player group. So I think that's important, because you can get new players, but it's not automatically giving you new players when someone left and the group is smaller than usual. Yes, of course, don't get me wrong, you can also solo those fractals, but of course this is group finding too, so you want to have a full group when you do that. It should be also easier and refill your group automatically. Nowadays you just have to open the LFG and get a new player. They will fill because people are looking for a specific Quickplay for achievements and stuff. But that might be in the future not the case anymore, and I think then that should be addressed as well. That's of course all my opinion and all my knowledge for now. Maybe there is some feature like that implemented, but I haven't seen that yet. Any other things that I would say about this feature is that, in my opinion, it has still some beta tech and stuff. Of course, don't forget that this is not perfectly in the game yet in that sense. They are still improving on it and iterating on it. And I think there are still some things to improve, of course. I think it would be perfect to have this feature not only for level 1 and easy fractals, where roles don't matter, where you can just put 5 random people together and they will get it done. I think it should also, hopefully at some point, if that's possible technically, be increased to even dungeons. I think that's quite close to tier 1 fractals. I think it should be increased to tier 1, tier 2, even tier 3 and tier 4 fractals. Yes, you need roles for those. That is a little bit harder to get. But I think if you have a specific extra button there and say, okay, I queue up as a quick DPS, I queue up as an electric heal or something, and then it matches you in a group that doesn't have that yet, I think that would be good. And then I think this feature could be implemented also even for a strike mission in the raids, to be honest. I think that would be really cool. Maybe not for all of them. Some of them have, of course, special roles and stuff. But if there could be some kind of new player thing where you quick play into this easy fractals, very, very easy fractals. And this is, so to say, the early game duty finder, whatever it's called. And then you have this for experienced people where you can get fractals, get strike missions and stuff like that. And you just queue up and get some more rewards for playing whatever you currently get matched. Because I think this random feature can be frustrating to get a random fractal, but I personally think that can also be a very, very cool thing if the rewards are higher than the normal ones. You can just incentivize people to play stuff over and over and over because it's random and you get more rewards for doing the specific like RNG of getting into a random group, and you find, so to say, as a solo player, a very easier time to get in. And even if you're not a solo player, you're incentivized to do so a little bit at least because you get more rewards for doing it. I think that would be such an amazing feature for the future. Don't get me wrong. Really, don't get me wrong here. This is something that is, in my opinion, way harder to implement than this current iteration of Quickplay, because the current iteration of Quickplay is just putting you into a random group of players. But as soon as you have roles, it gets way more intense to actually find this perfect squad composition, party composition. And also for harder content, the experience level matters as well. So if you queue up as someone that's completely new and say, yeah, I'm Alacrity Heal, never did that role before, never did the fractal maybe before, and you still get into the group, that is obviously somewhat like tough, yeah, because that might be that you don't get anything done and your group will flame you for that. And that's obviously something that could also happen. So I think this feature needs also some kind of experience check on top of that. How that would be implemented, I have no clue, but stuff like that can't be only like, yeah, I know what I'm doing and then you don't. That is not good enough in my opinion. So a feature like that needs some kind of like check if you actually did it before or whatever, and then you can get this like instance going. I think that would be amazing if that exists. For me, as someone that plays the game mostly solo, even though I'm a veteran and I played almost every single content in the game, this is definitely something that would be really cool because I would like engage with all the content, maybe even for content creation, but of course also for more rewards and stuff. I think that would be an amazing feature. I think we are not there yet, not even close, but the Quickplay is the first step in the right direction. Like I said, let me know your comments down below. I personally think with the core feature update that comes maybe in 6 months, a little bit more, 7.5 months or something, with 6 months after the expansion releases, they already told us there will be a core feature update. That will be the big patch there. And in my opinion, that would be the perfect time to drop this Quickplay feature out of the beta, maybe even increase the range of it to higher fractal levels, maybe even other instance content and stuff. That would be, in my opinion, amazing if they could do that. I'm not sure if they want to do that, if they can do that, but this event, if it plays out well, is definitely a staging ground for their future developments using UI and other stuff, party and instance content. So I personally think if that works out well, people are happy about it, and it like also works in the background really well, then I think that is a very, very high chance that they will actually include and work on something that is for the more experience and the higher level content as well. That's at least my opinion. Like I said, let me know your takes in the comments down below. I hope you enjoyed this quick review, thoughts on this feature. I personally like it a lot, and if you like it as well, and if you like this video, be sure to leave a like. If you want to see more content like this, I have way more coming up. Be sure to subscribe. Thanks a lot for watching. Thanks again to all my supporters, and I hope to see you all in the next video.